This conference will now be recorded.
Okay,
This is Aileen Marsh, recording secretary speaking. In the absence of Chairman Bob David, Vice Chair Pete Mariconda is going to start the meeting. Go ahead, Pete.
Roosevelt Forest Commission meeting, April 28th, 2021. Call to order at 6:32 p.m. First order of business, approval of minutes from meeting of March 24th.
Alan Llewellyn,
Motion
so
approved.
moved, Mr. Chairman.
Seconded.
I'll second it.
Okay, all say aye.
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 Okay, minutes are approved. Next order of business, continuing items. First item, Boardwalk on the Orange Trail. Any news, any updates on getting that boardwalk repaired, replaced?
Not that I'm aware of.
Nothing new, anybody?
This is Aileen Marsh, secretary speaking. Just remember, because this is being recorded, just identify yourself before you speak, please. Thank
Okay, if nothing new on the Orange Trail Boardwalk, we'll move to next item, dog park. Any news, updates, issues on dog park?
I think everything's okay there.
What's the attendance been like? A lot of people?
It's been crazy. Probably about 40 cars a day.
There we
Wow.
go. Sorry, guys. I could not get on.
And the dogs are being happy and getting along.
That's what we want to hear.
Yep.
I hear you knocking, Bob.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
We can hear you, we can't see you yet.
Oh, that's
This
weird.
is Aileen Marsh, recording secretary. Bob David joined the meeting at 6:35 p.m. and he will resume as chair.
Bob, we're at the continuing items. We just finished with item B, dog park. Moving on to item C, Scout Camp Live Edge repair.
It's Chuck Emerson. I can give an update there. The scout who was doing that project made contact with the mill earlier this week. Because it's live edge, he can't get the lengths that he wanted. So instead of getting 16-foot pieces, he's going to get 10-foot pieces. So he's sort of translated the order into 10-foot pieces, and they need to get back to him with their stock. They need to make sure that they have enough pieces for him and confirm the price.
Can't hear Bob. Can anybody hear Bob?
No.
Now you can. Now you can hear me.
Hey, Bob.
Sorry about that. I was wondering why you guys, but thank you, Chuck. Aileen, I don't have a copy of the minutes right in front, excuse me, the agenda in front of me for some reason. I had to go to a different computer. So what's the next thing on the agenda if we can go through it?
I'll send it to your phone. The next thing is Friends of Roosevelt Forest Facebook page, but Bob Ford is unable to make this meeting.
Okay, keep it on the agenda. Next item.
The ultra marathons.
Okay. So anybody have an update? If not, I do have one.
I spoke to Lou. This is Ellen Sherbuck-Carey. I spoke to Lou Saturday, and the last marathon went really great. He had a great turnout.
Excellent. Yeah. So Lou did have a good turnout. I want to let Lou's been kind of a I'll call him a steward of the forest. He is making a small donation back to Roosevelt Forest. So he's going to be buying materials to help clean up the forest. You know, he's cleared a few trails, so that'll cover some chainsaws information and all that stuff. So that's all good stuff with Lou. So I'd like to thank him for being such a good steward of the forest. And I haven't had any complaints on the ultra marathons. Has anybody heard anything?
No,
It's
just
been pretty good. It's been good for us.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Park repair. Just to give you the update I have, there's been, as you guys know, on the red trail and blue trail, there were a lot of widowmakers removed by the town of Stratford in the contractor there. I've gotten 0.0 complaints of what trees were removed and what branches were removed. And that's because they were all dangerous from what I saw, because I actually walked it with Kelly Kerrigan and we marked the trees together. There's always a few more here and there, but I think we did a pretty good job on the red and the blue trail. I'd like to take a look at the orange trail and lime green trail in the future to mark some, hopefully do some cleanup work over there. There's also on the yellow trail, there's a down tree that there's been a path cut there, but that's what's going on with that. Concerns? Any questions or concerns?
I was up there, it's Chuck. I was up there for a scout event in the group camping area on Saturday, and I was shocked at how much has come down and how much had to be cleared and removed from that drive that gets back there. I remember being back there after one storm, but apparently more things came down because it was worse than I remembered in terms of downed trees, but everything had been cleared and it was nice to see that.
Yeah.
Bob,
Perfect.
question. This is Ellen
Yep.
Sherberry. Question, somebody was asking, what are the chips in the parking lot leading to the Cub Scouts? There's a pile of chips there, wood chips?
Yeah, I don't know. I would say we could ask Kelly about that. If we could put in the minutes that the commission, RFC's requesting information on why the chips are there. I have no idea. I do know they have supplied chips in the past to the dog park, so I'm just imagining that was just a storage spot for it for now. You're talking about where they keep as you walk going to the Boy Scout camp on the left-hand side there?
Yes, where the parking.
Yeah, that's my guess, but we can confirm that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Park repair for forest closed signs. I have no update on that.
They've been there.
What? I'm sorry. Anybody have it?
Every Tuesday when the police is shooting, the signs are up.
Oh, good. Map updates. Kelly's not. Is Kelly on the call? Yeah, I don't.
No, because
I'm sorry, Aileen, you broke up.
no, it was cut off. This is Aileen Marsh speaking. Kelly Kerrigan is unable to attend because she's attending a Raymark meeting at this time.
So I do know the group that I'm trying to think of the group's name. They changed their name out of Bridgeport, the regional group. They are working on maps. Kelly got some maps back, and she there were some things missing, so Kelly's waiting to get the final product on that. But that is being worked on. That's the latest update I have on that. So want to let everybody know on that. The St. James property, I do have an update on that. So we found out that it is indeed, there's about 4.99 acres that was donated to St. James Church, not to the Diocese of Bridgeport. And they have a service there once a year. They go out there and do a little service. It does not, there's no indication that they want to donate it to the Roosevelt Forest Commission. So that's the update on that. With an exclamation point and a dog bark to back it. Any questions, concerns?
Is it developable? Like, I'm not even sure where it is, but
It's in the middle of the forest, so it's actually surrounded by town of Stratford property. So is it developable? I would never say 100% of anything, right? Death, taxes, and cow rip complain are the 100% in life. But I would say you would be in probably the 9 nines on that it's not going to be developed. How's that? I'm sorry, I keep going to my phone. My phone keeps resetting. Perfect timing tonight. I got a new phone and I'm trying to on this thing, so excuse me on that. This James Farm Road parcel. Ellen or anyone have any update on that?
No, I don't.
okay.
I don't either. Patricia,
Bob, is there a way that we can get plugged more into that? So I know that the Conservation Committee pretty actively discusses it.
you know what, Peter? Meryl Pruitt has a group that I know she works through.
Yes.
So I'm not, if you know Meryl, do you know Meryl?
I know of her, yes. I know what she does, yeah.
Yeah, Meryl Pruitt would probably have the most information on that. Aileen, do you have any? That's what I know on it. Or Ellen, you might be more tied into that than I am.
I can ask her what
Okay.
parcel.
That's the James Farm Road parcel. That's adjacent to the forest. I'm
Okay.
assuming the one adjacent to the forest.
Okay. I talked to her almost. I'll ask her.
I haven't heard anything on that, so just wanna let you know. The Patricia Drive parcel, I don't have any update on that. Matter of fact, someone asked me to put that on the agenda. I don't know the whole etymology of that.
That goes back a ways. That was many years ago. They were trying to move to develop that.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything. I think I put it on the agenda, just going, I think Kelly was mentioning it. I know there's some grant money coming from the state. There's some, there are properties that we would like to make part of the forest if possible. And that is to enhance the forest as always. So, and as you know, as commissioners and stewards of the forest, I'm all for it. So,
What would be the best way for us as a commission to get up to speed on those two items and just
Kelly,
to see where they are?
yeah, next time Kelly's on, Kelly knows the stuff inside and out. And if she doesn't, you know what, Aileen, if you can note in the minutes, if we can get an update of James Farm or Patricia Drive and acquiring properties, we may have to go in executive session, just FYI, if it's town negotiations on that. So just because you don't want to, adversely affect the town acquiring property. And so we do have a couple, where am I going here? Some new business items. So I'll start with the first one. I was approached, I got a phone call from Sally Head. Sally Head is a yoga instructor. I guess she does some yoga events, I'll use that term, at the Shakespeare Market. And she was looking to have events, schedule it with through the recreation department at the pavilion on, I believe, early mornings on a Saturday or Sunday for a yoga event. So it does, we have to kind of think this one through. There is a town, I will use the term policy of not using town property for for-profit events. Sally has indicated what she wants to do is really just have these events where she is having a nominal charge just to introduce people to her business, I guess. And the nominal charge, whatever fee she would be charging, she would be donating back to the Roosevelt Forest Commission for the forest. So that's what she is asking to do. So I guess I'll leave it, give you that information and kind of open it up to the committee for questions and concerns.
Can she say donations instead of charge? And donations will be donated to the Roosevelt Forest?
Right. So I'll use this example. If 10 people show up and she's charging $10 a head, she's going to be doing a $10 donation, excuse me, a $100 donation to the Roosevelt Forest Commission for improvements, you know, and kind of deem where that money goes. You know. On mute.
Hey, Bob, it's Frank.
Oh. Okay. Go ahead, Frank. Yeah, I can see who's, so we're pretty good.
Yeah, I guess well, like you said, she was doing this similar thing at the Shakespeare Market on Shakespeare property. How did that work with the town? You know, like you said about not charging for town property.
Yeah, that's a little bit different there because obviously they have vendors there. It's sort of like it's a farmer's market, right? It's their micro businesses, they're called. They're trying to promote micro businesses in the town.
Right.
That's a little bit different. I will tell you just what I do know. They did try to go through the Short Beach Commission, and there was a hang up there. I don't know the exact details on the hang up, but on the beach.
You would think.
Do you know if she was charging anything at Shakespeare?
Yeah, I'm sure I would imagine she is, you know, because that's, matter of fact, I know she is. That's not, I do know that's a fact. They charge, they have it early in the morning. I think it's like at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning. It's, I don't know.
And I like the idea. I don't know if it opens up a Pandora's box to all kinds of groups that want to do similar things. And
Well, I think this is probably what I like to always, what's it called? Kind of keep our open mind. What we could do, is do a 60-day trial and say, hey, and we could revisit it and say, hey, you could do it for the next, 2 months and see how it works out. And if we're comfortable with it as commissioners or 30 days or whatever, we could kind of revoke it at the, revisit. And I think 60 days we'll have a pretty good idea. 30 days, she might be just rained out. You could get 3 rainy Sundays and no one knows what happens. So I think that would be kind of fair. I just kind of came up with that idea 5 minutes ago, but it seems, we can give it.
I like that idea of a trial basis. 60 days.
And that way, if we get a lot of pushback from wherever, we can pull the plug.
Hey, Bob, this is Ed Bitsko. Sorry for joining so late.
No problem. You look great, Ed.
At a point, I'm thinking, it doesn't this fall in the same category with Lou Loban and his trail runs?
I'm
for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's a little bit different. That's kind of a different event, but you could say they're second cousins once removed, maybe. I don't know.
We did give Lou a trial period when he first started too.
Yeah, I think maybe I think that's the way to go ahead with it.
Mm-hmm.
Sign-
If she's going to be using the pavilion, is there going to be like a legit, like a reservation of the pavilion by this group?
I would imagine so. And that brings up another point. So just so you know, there's been talk about, do we start renting out the pavilion? And my pushback has always been to anyone who thinks about, one is, I think it's a good idea that town residents can kind of take it for free, because there's no such thing as free. If you're having a party there, you still have to rent out bathrooms and stuff like that. We have no facilities up there. If we had facilities up there, I would think of it more like a Booth Park, where you can probably get a nominal rental fee. The other thing that has been mentioned to me is security deposit. I think the rec department, and Eileen will confirm this, only takes $100 security, which really doesn't cover anything if anything gets broken. I
That's
would
what
like
you guys.
to see what?
This is Aileen Marsh speaking. That's what you as a commission voted on maybe a year ago, could be a year and a half ago. You consciously chose to have no fee, and you chose the figure of $100 security deposit.
Yeah, so I'm just, so maybe, we could, no, we could revisit it. I like the idea that it's not a fee. I think it opens it up to more people using the forest. I don't think we have, I could check with the rec department, but I don't think we have an abundance of people reserving the pavilion, do we, Aileen?
You're starting to, because they first go to Short Beach and Booth Park to avoid the entrance fees, and then those are filling up usually on Saturdays. So then they go to, now the Forest Pavilion is starting to fill up.
Okay.
Not immensely, but it's
But
starting.
if they're renting that pavilion at the Roosevelt Forest, they have to get bathrooms, right? They have to rent their own bathrooms.
If we don't currently supply one, which we usually do because of the events that we're having at the forest.
Right.
But yeah, otherwise, if we didn't have one there, they would have to.
I mean, you heard my opinion. I want to hear your opinions on this, though.
There's there right now, and it's been there for a while.
No, but I'm saying about rentals. How do you guys feel about it?
And right now, it's only open to Stratford residents, FYI.
Okay.
Is Sally a Stratford resident?
I believe she is. I would confirm that. I am 90% sure she is.
Okay. I think we should keep it the way we have it right now. I don't see a need of change.
So we're kind of on two different subjects. So let's kind of go back to Sally. What do you think? How about a 60-day trial? Does that sound good?
Yep.
I think it sounds fair.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I need a motion on that? Or is it we're not really, okay, we'll get a motion.
All right, so then I'll make a motion to allow Sally Head to do her yoga instruction on a 60-day trial basis at Roosevelt Forest.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
All right. I think I heard a second by Alan.
Ellen.
Any discussion? Any more discussion on it? Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
I just would be interested as to what the sticking point of the Short Beach Commission was on this in the situation. Nice to know why I don't know if they approved it or whatever they did, but if there was something that I was basically see what it was.
I believe it was because it was revenue producing. I'm pretty sure. Aileen, am I correct on that? Okay. Because it was revenue producing on town property.
Okay.
It's a little bit different because it's revenue neutral. It's revenue neutral. It's not going for a profit, corporation. Let's put it that way.
Understood.
All right, perfect. Any other discussion? I want to cut off discussion on this. If none, all in favor? Oh, I'm sorry, Chuck, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in and I don't know if we need to add it to the motion, but that the intent is that whatever she collects, she donates to the forest.
Sorry, Chuck, can you repeat that again?
Just, I don't know if we can add it into the motion or if this discussion is enough, but just the way I understand it is that whatever she collects is going to go get donated to the forest.
That's it. Call that a friendly amendment. Ellen, Frank, and that, please.
Yes, I accept that friendly amendment.
Me too.
Perfect. All right. All in favor?
Aye.
I,
Opposed? So carried unanimously. Excellent. Thank you. Our next thing on the agenda is a memorial tree that wants to be planted by the Nadeau family. Dan Nadeau was someone who came to the forest a lot. I was approached by Meryl Pruitt and some of her friends, and I did speak to the widow of Mr. Nadeau. So what they're going to do, and they've contacted Kelly Kerrigan, they're going to be for a spot to plant this tree, and I believe they may put a small marker as well, just indicating it's just a tree dedicated to the forest in his memory. Ed, that might be you, I think. Yeah.
Frank,
Frank, is that you?
Frank,
Yes, I'm
can you
here.
mute yourself? Can you mute yourself?
Okay. So the Nadeau family, they're going to do basically it's going to be a simple memorial tree dedicated in the forest. They're going to maintain the area. And if, down the line, if they don't maintain the area, it goes back to being the forest. They also may purchase a bench. And we do have precedent on the benches. If you notice, there's some benches still in memories of people's names around the pond there. So she's been in contact with Kelly Kerrigan. They went over everything, and that's the story on that. And I'm just looking for approval from the commission on that. Well, for approval on this, and then some discussion.
The motion to approve.
Okay. Let's do approve by Peter. You have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Who got the second? Was that you, Chuck?
Oh, that's Alan Llewellyn.
Oh, it's Alan. Hi, Alan. Sorry.
All right.
Oh, now I can
Sorry.
see. Yeah. Chuck's throwing his voice there. All right. So any other discussion on that?
No.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Perfect. Thank you. Any other new? Oh, they're actually, you know what? I will send out an email. I don't want to, I believe, just so you know, they're going to have a little ceremony on this. I do know the date. I believe it's June 19th. It's a Saturday down there. And they did invite the commission to go down there to see it. And I'm not sure on the times. I'll definitely get an email, but I believe it's 10 to 2. But I know Meryl Pruitt's heavily involved in that. So great. By the way, thank you, Peter, for jumping in and starting the meeting. I appreciate it.
I was a little rusty. It's been a
That's
while.
all right. I'm rusty every time, so that's a whole other issue. Any
You
other
were-
discussion? Oh, anything else? Ellen, you had something?
Yes, I do actually. I had someone approach me and wanted to volunteer to clean the annex house, which is a house in the forest. Is that possible?
Okay, I'm sorry. Help me. What's the annex house?
Okay, so it's the house in the forest, the little schoolhouse by the pavilion. I didn't.
Oh, yeah, the nature center to clean it?
Yes. Yep.
I mean, I don't have a when you say clean it, what, in the inside of it or what
Side of it.
I'm sorry?
Inside.
I know I don't have a problem with that. It's, it's our Roosevelt Forest Commission's building. Does anybody have a problem or issue with that?
Well, volunteers are good.
Yeah, I have no problem at all.
And you wouldn't believe who was a volunteer.
So, you gotta go, Frank. All right. I'm sorry, Lou?
Of course.
Oh, great. That's perfect. All right. Yeah, I don't see that being a problem. We don't need a motion on it.
I just need to know where can he get the key.
I believe I have one, but
Okay,
I'll
that's
double
great.
check.
And I have one more thing to bring up. On the green trail that is from beginning of the park, there's a cauldron that is very deep, covering for it. So I'm scared that an animal might get in there and won't be able to get out. Can we do something about that?
Yeah, Ellen, if the best thing you do really is on that, if you could just take a picture of it and send an email to myself and Kelly.
Okay, I have the, okay,
Yeah, and just get the specifics. If you can give us the exact GPS on it, that's even better for PW, but the description is just as good. She
Okay.
might have to, the worst case scenario, you might have to just meet her out there one day and show her where it is.
yeah, no problem. I'm there every day.
Okay. Yeah, if worst comes to worst, if you can't link up with Kelly, give me a call. We'll link up and then I can link up with Kelly. But Kelly's there. She's really responsive on that.
Yes, okay. I live too far, I think.
Just for the minutes too, Kelly's been really responsive to a lot of things in the forest. We've gotten a lot of things done, whether it's been that old fiber or everything else that's been cleaned up. The one thing that we did not discuss is there's a lot of talk with, I know Bill O'Brien's been trying to get some volunteers to help with that. I don't even want to call it a bridge because I think that's an insult to the word bridge. The crossing on the Orange Trail there, that precarious cut telephone pole, walk. I don't even know how many feet it is, but it's a long walk.
Yeah.
Chuck, what's the estimated on feet on that?
I think it's about 100 feet long.
Yeah, it's a good walk,
Yeah.
but it's got to be. It's not good, especially this time of year, because if you fall, you're in the swampland. That's for sure. So I think that is probably, as a commission, something that we should really be kind of laser focused. Now that we've gotten some things done there, it's time. And the other thing, just to kind of put in the minutes and just to project, I kind of broached this with Kelly, but I would love to see if it's feasible to stock that pond up there for like a fishing derby for kids to learn how to fish. I'm not sure if it's as feasible, if it could handle the fish. In the pond, I don't even know if the pond's got a name there, but you know exactly where I'm speaking of, near the parking lot there. I think it would just be a nice, amenity for the town of Stratford. So, does anybody have any objections on that? I just don't want to kind of open up Pandora's box here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just talking about, youth fishing, not, we're not going to have boats out there, stuff like that. Just, I think it'd be a good, safe place to learn how to fish, and we could probably, we could enhance that pond a little bit that way. So, great.
Well, we would have to change the rules and everything that says no hunting, no fishing in the forest.
Right, we would have to. Right, there's other things we'd have to do, but those are all things in our power. The number one thing, though, before we start changing rules, let's see if there's viability for fish up there, right? Before we, so that would be a good thing. Great. I think again, I thank you so much. At 7 o'clock, it's a little past 7, so Oh, I forgot we started at 6:30, so it's a little shorter. Great. Looking for a motion to adjourn?
Adjourn.
Before we adjourn, we talked about the trail markers we're going to do Saturday.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I wasn't on the call then. Sorry.
Yes, we had it at 8:30, I believe. We talked about trail markers at 8:30 this Saturday.
Was it 8:30 or 8 o'clock?
8:30.
8:30.
8 o'clock is fine too. 8:30.
36. I'll be
All right.
there.
I'll see everybody in the parking lot at 8:30 then.
Okay, remember I told you about these trail markers I want for dog park. We want to give them to them then.
We'll have to get a cat park. That way we get different cat markers too. All right, guys. Hey, listen, everyone have a great evening, okay? Thank you.
Thank
All
you.
right. Oh, wait, motion to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Have a great evening, everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.